Hello, good morning, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this video. Now, today again we have come back with another in English lesson, but I will not teach you anything new today. Today, I'll give you the answers of all the questions of exercise 1 and 2. Now your task is, after watching this video, you will correct your own paper and send me the corrected paper with marks. Okay, you will give yourselves marks and you will send me the corrected sheet with marks. Alright. So this is what our first task. I will give you the answers of each question and also explain you the answers. Okay, so here identify the subjects and predicates. Here what I'm going to do is I will circle subjects. Okay, I'll circle the subjects and underline predicates. Alright, so that would be easier for all of us to understand. So I will use a red pen for circling and blue for underlining. Clear? Let's take the first sentence. The first sentence says the sun was shining brightly. So here the action is was shining, verb is was shining. Now my question to myself, I would ask a question to myself as a student. I will ask to myself, who is performing this action of shining? So very easily I'll get the answer that the sun is shining. So in that case, here the action is of shining is performed by the sun. So the sun here is the subject. So I'll circle it. Sun is the subject and remaining everything is the predicate. Alright. Next, we would move on to the next sentence. The dogs were barking loudly. What is the action done here? Were barking. Dogs were barking. So were barking is the verb over here. And who is barking or who were barking? The dogs were barking. So who are the performers here of the action of barking? The dogs. So the dogs are subject. I will circle it and rest everything here is predicate. Were barking loudly. Similarly, next question, the pretty girl was wearing a blue frock. Here the action done is was wearing. So my question is, who was wearing? So who performed the action? The pretty girl. I'll circle it and this is the subject of the sentence and rest everything was wearing a blue frock is the predicate of the sentence. Similarly, question number 4, my younger brother serves in the army. So what is the action or verb over here? Serves. Serves means doing an action. Serves mean doing a job. Okay, helping. So serves is the verb over here. And who is performing the action of serving? My younger brother. My younger brother. The entire thing is the subject of the sentence and rest, whatever is left, serves in the army, is the predicate of the sentence. Let's move on to question number 5. The man and the wife was working in the garden. So here, what is the action or verb over here? Action is was working. Was working is the verb. So my question is, who was working? So here the answer is the man and his wife. It is not that only the man was working. The man and his wife both were working. So here the man and his wife I would circle because this is the subject of the sentence and rest everything is predicate of the sentence. Next we move on to question number 6. My mother and my aunt are trained classical dancers. Now here There is no as such action word, doing word. Here verb is there, are, but as such actions. Okay, they are trained classical dancers. So trained here is acting as a participle. So let's not get into that. So here, about whom this sentence is. Who all are trained classical dancers? My question would be, who all are trained over here? Trained classical dancers. So my answer is not only my mother or my aunt, they both are trained classical dancers. So I will circle both my mother and my aunt, and this is the subject, and rest everything are trained classical dancers would be predicate. Next we move on to question number 7. You don't have to wait for me. Now here the action would be like the indefinite, infinite here, the to wait. I'm saying not to wait for me. And whom am I saying not to wait for me? I'm saying this to you. So this sentence is about you. It is addressing you. So here, who is the subject? You are the subject. So I would circle it, and rest everything. Don't have to wait is the predicate of the sentence. Question number 8. We will no longer tolerate this. So about whom the sentence is? Who is not going to tolerate? Who is going to be impatient now? It's we. We are not going to tolerate. So the sentence is about we. So we, I'm going to circle because this is the subject of the sentence, and will no longer tolerate, this is the predicate of the sentence. Next we move on to question number 9. The little tree was covered with needles instead of leaves. So here the verb, the action is covering, okay, was covered. So what was covered with needles and not leaves? So it is the tree that was covered, okay. So here the subject is the tree, the little tree, the whole thing is the subject of the sentence, and rest everything is the predicate of the sentence. Next we move on to question number 10. A rich merchant was passing by the shoemaker's house. The action is was passing by. He was moving by, he was passing by the house. So here the action is was passing, and who was passing by? The rich merchant was passing by. So the subject is the rich merchant, and I circle it, and rest everything was passing by the shoemaker's house is the predicate of the sentence. Next we move on to the next part of our activity, exercise 2. Exercise 2 asked us to identify the kinds of sentences. Now out of kinds of sentences we have learned assertive sentences, assertive, which is also known as declarative, okay, and we have learned about interrogative, which are also known as question sentences. We have learned imperative, we have learned optative, and we have learned exclamatory sentences. Now out of these, what are these sentences in the exercise 2? First one, you see, how well she sings. Now such type, you first see the punctuation of the sentence. At the end of the sentence you see the punctuation. What is the punctuation given? See, question number 1, it is exclamatory sentence, mark, exclamation mark. Question number 2, it's a question mark. Question number 3, it's a question mark. Question number 4, it's a question mark. Question number 5, it's a question mark. So these are nothing other than exclamatory sentence and interrogative sentences, because we know for exclamation marks comes for exclamatory sentence and interrogation mark comes for interrogative sentences. So without thinking twice, we will directly write the first sentence, how well she sings, as exclamatory. As exclamatory. Okay. Question number 2, 3, 4, 5. All these are till 5 from question number 2. All these ends with question mark. So they all are interrogative sentences. They all are interrogative sentences. So what is your name? I'm asking question. Did I say anything to make you angry? I'm asking question. What is your name? Again, okay, this is a repeat sentence, like question number 2 and question number 4 are repeat. So again, asking you your name. Who told you this? I'm asking you something. So all these are question sentences and are known as interrogative sentences. Now, after this, all the sentences we see till question number 11 on the screen, we can see it's all full stop. Alright, so let's read question number 6. She is a successful writer. So it's a simple declaration. I am telling something to you all that she is a successful writer. So it's simply assertive sentence. Assertive sentence. And you see there is no negative word in it, no, not, neither, none. So it is an affirmative assertive sentence. So question number 7. It is raining cats and dogs. It's literally right now when I am shooting this video, students, it's raining cats and dogs outside. So anyways, it is raining cats and dogs. So here again, I'm telling you something. I am neither ordering, requesting, or wishing, hoping. So it is simply a declarative sentence, and we can write it as, again, assertive sentences. Next, question number 8. I want to become a writer. I'm declaring that my wish, I will not say use the word wish. That is what I want to be. I'm declaring to you that I want to be a writer. So this is also an assertive sentence. Next, question number 9. She does not eat meat or fish. This is again a declaration, but there is a not in it. It's a negative declaration. So again, it's an assertive sentence. I'm declaring. So assertive sentence. It's a negative assertive sentence. Now we come to question number 10. Question number 10. Here, go at once. I'm not declaring you anything. Rather, I'm ordering. Go at once. Okay, so here it is an order. So this is imperative sentence. Next, question number 11. Bring me that file. Again, I'm ordering you. Bring me that file. So this is again imperative sentence. Next, 12. My mother makes delicious cookies. Again, I'm making a declaration. I'm declaring in front of you. I'm telling you that my mother is a very good cook. She can cook very delicious cookies. So this is nothing but assertive sentence again. Affirmative assertive. There is no negative, no, not, neither, neither words. Okay. Next, we move on to question number 13. Get lost. Sometimes I go angry, crazy, and I say, get lost. So this is again an order. Okay, you need to leave at once. Okay, so this is again an order, and it comes under imperative sentence. Question number 14. Fetch me a glass of water. Yes, again I'm ordering. Bring me a glass of water. Fetch means bringing. So bring me a glass of water. So this is again an order. So this is again imperative sentence. Next, question number 15. Please be seated. So I'm requesting you all, please be seated. Please sit down. So this again comes a request, which comes under imperative sentence. Next, again I say sit down. Just sit down. Again I'm ordering you. So this is again imperative sentence. Next, question number 17. She writes with the left hand. This is what something again I am telling you all. This is something I'm giving you information. This is something I am declaring again. So this is again a declarative sentence, which is known. We call it as assertive sentence. All right. Next question number 18. Just see the punctuation at the end, 18 and 19. Without second thought, we straight away write it as an exclamatory sentence. Question number 18 and 19 both ends with exclamation marks and are exclamatory sentence. Without even reading, I can write it. So what a tragedy. So it is expressing emotion. The exclamatory sentence. How beautiful she is. That is again expressing emotion. So that is again exclamatory sentence. I have 2 sisters. So this is I am declaring, I'm telling that I have got 2 sisters. This is information I'm giving you, I'm telling you, I'm declaring it to you, and again it becomes assertive sentence. Okay. Next we have 2 more sentences. One is question number 21, which ends with exclamation mark. Without second thought, I will straight write it as exclamatory sentence. Now if I read it, you see how ridiculous this is. Again expressing my emotion, I'm showing my irritation, how ridiculous this is. So ridiculous means something which is weird, something very funny in a negative sense, which irritates actually. What ridiculous thing this is. So it's exclamatory sentence. And the last one is I have lost my way. I am declaring this, that I have lost my way. I'm telling it to you, I have lost my way. And this is assertive sentence. All right. So hope you all have understood these sentences, types of sentences and subject verb. So please submit your corrected marks by tomorrow. That is tomorrow is Wednesday. By Wednesday evening. Please submit your corrected paper by Wednesday evening. All right. And then we will move on to our next section of the exercise, that is the video and the question answer.